Tonight, an economy in shambles. How are Americans getting by? Who is to blame? Should I sell my cousin for gas money? Should I start printing money? Our expert will weigh in. The Detroit Lions suck. Who is going to pull them out of their slump? Will they find a quarterback who can actually win them a game? There's probably a higher chance the Queen... I've been advised not to continue. Tom Brady, a clone. New research suggests the GOAT might never stop playing. The Lions will pray he can make it to their team before they go bankrupt. The weather! Can't wait for the weatherman to tell me it's going to be sunny with clear skies and 90 degrees, only for it to snow for the next 48 hours. And finally, an exclusive interview with a guy from Ohio. Yeah, that's a bad way to end it. I'm sorry. That's the best we can get. We're on a budget. Money is tight.
This news report is brought to you by Home Depot. Have you ever woken up in the morning and wanted to build a deck in your backyard? Gotten so pissed off at your parents you wanted to change the locks and get them out of the house? Wanted to buy a power tool or any tool to call yourself a sophisticated handyman even though you have no idea what you're doing? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Home Depot got you! Let's do this, America! More save it, more do it. That's the power of Home Depot.
Our first story of the day comes to you from,
The Lions are grasping at straws. That's nothing new. They haven't had a winning season since Trump won office. The team's been trying everything under the sun in order to win a single game. Praying to God, praying to Satan, summoning rituals, stealing the talent of other players like the aliens in Space Jam, none of which seemed to work. At first. The Lions continue to go 6-10, 3-12, and 5-11 in the next 3 seasons, and that's where they attempted their last solution, trading their busted quarterback, Matthew Stafford, for the Super Bowl winning Jared Goff. As it would turn out, the Lions' prayers were answered. For Stafford, as soon as he left the team, the great spirit of American football imbued him with great power. He went on to improve his completion from 64% to 67% and racking up 800 plus extra passing yards with the Rams. He almost doubled his total touchdowns from 26 to 41 in a single season, and his QB rating rose to a striking 102.9. A fantastic number that makes his completion percentage, touchdown percentage, yards per passing attempt, and interceptions. On the flip side of this cursed coin, Goff has been struck by whatever bug has plagued the Lions for years. His completions fell. His passing yards plummeted by about 700 yards. But it isn't all bad. His interceptions fell as well, bringing his QB rating up by 1.5 points. Regardless, the young LA star has had it mostly rough since the trade. In fact, Goff himself said that he would not be concerned if the Lions selected another quarterback during the draft. But, as fate would have it, at the annual draft, the Lions did select a new quarterback. Sam Howell in the 3rd round of the NFL draft. After hearing the Lions picked him, got up and disappeared. He vanished without a trace, trying to escape the godforsaken team which had chosen to spread their godless curse to him as well. He didn't want to be damned to a team with a 1-4 win-loss ratio for the past 3 seasons. Since this development, several linemen on the Lions' bench have volunteered to train to replace Goff, but none have seemed to be successful. Coming up, Tom Brady's a clone? The weather report for the week. Business is happening. And an interview with an Ohioan, however you pronounce it, an Ohio man. How does Tom Brady keep unretiring? 'Cause he's a clone! In other NFL news, the question of how Tom Brady hasn't turned to dust or been absolutely demolished by a defensive lineman continues to plague fans everywhere. Well, we here at the ISN have found an answer. It's because Tom Brady continues to clone himself over and over and over and over again. The technology he uses and how it works are still a mystery, but it is known that every time he announces his potential retirement, it buys time for the new clone to grow and mature. But that has only been necessary recently, since the older the original Tom gets, the longer it takes for every clone to become viable. As for how this foul plot was discovered, the ISN is not at liberty to disclose where in New England our whistleblower might be, especially if they live in the suburban area of Boston, where Brady used to live while he played for the New England Patriots. Our station attempted to enter Brady's old homes, where it is thought that the means to grow the clones are kept, but before the ISN van could enter, we were thwarted by the ever dastardly multi-million-dollar security system. But while we were on the grounds, a strange greenish-blue light was seen emanating from the house itself. Not blinding, but still visible. It is unknown how this relates at this moment. It is believed at this time that the famous athlete achieves his cloning through utilizing a process known as mitosis, where cells replicate themselves through division. We do not know how he does this on such a large scale or how long he may be able to keep this up, but it is thought that he might be able to persist indefinitely with the likes of Prince Philip, Paul Rudd, and Keanu Reeves. Hopefully, the lowly mortals of this world can continue to watch the GOAT play football until the ice caps melt and drown us all.
So taking a look outside today, it's pretty, just an average depressing day in here in New England, cloudy, might rain, we just don't know. So the high today is going to be 86 with a low of 56. And tomorrow is looking like it's going to be a breezy day for you. You got the high of the 68 and the low of the 55. So if you're thinking about doing anything tomorrow, make sure, maybe it's going to be breezy. So I don't really know. It's just going to be breezy. So, yep, that's your daily news report coming here from I don't even know where. There you go.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge.
We're fucked. The inflation rate is 8.6, the highest it's been in over 40 years. If you look on this nice graph that we have here, this is probably the best explanation that you're going to get in an economy. It's just going straight downhill, and there's no turning back. Gas is $4.17 for the national average cost. Food is through the roof. My favorite cereal, Fruity Mummy, are $6.99 a box. Boston cream pie is $8.99. And on top of that, the Bahama Mama cocktail is $5.99 a glass. Let alone the Hello Kitty backpack is about $50, and Phineas and Ferb slides are about $35. I honestly truly don't know how families are surviving in today's world, and it's honestly just game breaking.
You're Jimbo? Nice to meet you. So I hear you're a farmer.
Yeah, I've never seen that go back to planting field. Yeah, I'm a farmer.
Right. Okay. So how long you been living in Ohio?
Been living my whole life. Since my mama, my mama and dad bought it. My mom and dad bought the property back way back in like the 1920s. You know what I mean? It was family. I'm a farmer in my family a long time.
Long time, I hear. So you must be a good farmer, huh?
Well, they're a good farmer. I'm just a hard worker. Hard-working farmer.
How's it been this year, in this economy farming?
Well, the economy, Joe Biden been paying me, kind of, sometimes the government played not to plant, but which is better pay now than, but the inflation, Joe Biden making it so hard to pay for gas for the tractor, pay for the seeds, pay for the dog, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it must be tough. Anyways, let's get to the juice here. The real news that people want to hear. The fables, the tales, the stories that you've been spreading online about Bigfoot. You've seen him?
He might be around, probably. He doesn't like being called Bigfoot. You know what I mean? That's like calling you orange hair or something.
Right.
He's a respectable man. I've had him over there several times. He keeps the coyotes out. Bigfoot. He might be around.
Oh, he seems pretty good.
He's a pretty cool guy.
He seems pretty cool.
Pretty
but
cool guy.
In the past, you said you've had some aggressive run-ins, some violent run-ins with him, and kidnapping.
Recently, it's been a little rough. He took my youngest daughter, but water under the bridge. Water under the, she didn't do much with the straw bailing and that kind of thing, throwing in a barn, So it's not that bad, but it's been getting a little worse,
So a little turf war here with the Bigfoot now. Or sorry, what do you call him if Bigfoot's offensive?
Well, most of the time we kind of just don't refer to him. We just bring him in, we give him food, and he leaves. That's kind of the way that it is. But if we have to refer to him, he likes being called. I'm trying to remember what the name is, but he gave himself the name. He gave himself. That's what he called him. Ancestral name. That's what he called him.
Wow.
Yeah. The tribal name, you know. The Bigfoot Society isn't as advanced. The human society. They got a primitive language.
Right. Of course. Moving on from Bigfoot here now. There's also a few letters in the alphabet you're familiar with. I believe they're UFO.
They're listening. Can't say that. They're listening. They're all around. I have done my best. Try to stay away from people. But can't say that. Bring in your microphones and listening to you.
I bad, sir. Why are you so hushed about it? Like, what's the deal here?
What is that? They're hiding. You know, I've been down to Nevada many times. I've seen them kind of crash. And government's trying to hide it. You know, you ever see
Area 51?
Well, can't talk about it. Bring your damn journalistic microphone and computer over here.
Sorry.
Listening to you. You might be listening.
Listen, I'm just here for an interview. That's
What
all.
are you doing?
Don't. Just a messenger. Anyways, so I don't seem too fond of the government.
No, I know. What do you mean by it? No, that Ministry of Disinformation that Joe Biden been putting up. No, it's kind of. What do you mean by you pushing the microphone closer to me? You know what?
I'm just making
You might
sure.
be a government agent.
I'm just making sure it picks you up good. You know, you've been a little quiet
You
here.
gotta get off my property. Get off my property.